Does Oprah Winfrey's book club make you spew gnarly chunks? Wouldn't it be cool to have a pro-freedom book on the bestseller lists? FreedomBookClub.com invites you to participate in choosing the book of the month. Visit their website, choose from 4 finalists, then purchase their book of the month. FreedomBookClub.com making freedom a bestseller.
I'm standing here with Francois, a liberty activist from Paris, France, who's come to the Liberty Forum, and it's great to have you. Did you come all the way from Paris?
No, I live in Boston these days.
Oh, okay, cool.
Massachusetts.
Okay, good. Are you a Free Stater?
Not yet.
Okay, just observing at this point.
Observing.
All right. Question I had for you, though, was about, you had an idea that I had really not ever heard explored very much before, and I wanted to let you talk about it. You thought, from watching these big marijuana protests today, you said you think maybe there's a better technique to follow.
Yes, the problem is that protesting like that does not communicate anyone anything new that he doesn't agree already with. People were honking because they liked it, or people were shaking their hands because they thought it was stupid, but you're not actually, you're preaching the choir by doing these protests. And preaching the choir is not effective at making new converts, and the main issue that you want, the main thing you want to do is making new converts. And if you want to make new converts, you should use the techniques that work at making new converts. For instance, going door to door in group of 2 and talking to people and helping them solve their problems and showing them that you're not completely crazy, and then talking to them when they're ready to listen because they have understood that you're not crazy. And that's what Mormons or Jehovah's Witnesses or lots of other people do, and I think that's what any movement that wants to make new converts should do, because that's what works.
Now, I had mentioned to you earlier, of course, that we are doing this in the sense that we have political candidates that we have to canvass for anyway, so we've already been doing some of that for Ron Paul or for our local candidates, but you were indicating that's not enough.
I'm indicating that, well, if what you want is elect someone once, maybe you should do that during the election. But if what you want is influence people towards durably and permanently changing their mind about liberty, that's what you should do every day as the activity. You should reach out to people where they are and get them where they are ready to listen, fix their problems, help them, and show them how your ideas can help them in their actual life. And if your ideas cannot help them in their actual life, what are your ideas good for anyway, you know? So I think that, it's what you need is reach out to people where they need it, when they need it.
Well, there's this old Russell Canning expression where he says, if you've got an idea, that's great, but I think you should go do it. So do you have any plans eventually maybe to move here and make something like this happen?
That's a good question. Not right now. I admit I'm more an intellectual and a theorist than a practitioner. But I try to reach out to people, and I haven't tried to do it in pairs. I haven't tried to do it with random people. I should probably indeed try it before I ask.
Yeah, well, it wasn't like you came and just, were spewing this idea at everybody. We were just talking about the demonstration, and you mentioned it, and I was the one that said you ought to go on the Ridley Report and talk about it. So it's not like just an idea you're pushing on us.
Tomorrow, if you're available, we can do it tomorrow morning.
Oh, no, not me. I have no interest. I hate going door to door.
Okay.
But I hope somebody likes to do it.
Yes, and I think more generally, there are recipes that work, and you should copy the recipes that work, and there are recipes that don't, and don't spend your time with recipes that don't. Protesting doesn't work. Protesting works if you are already strong and you want to show your strength and threaten people to use force, and that's why the leftists do that. The union workers, they break things, and they know that they won't get arrested when they break things, and they're basically displaying force and displaying that if you don't comply, they will use that force against you. If you're just displaying that you're a random of non-violent people, it's not going to impress anyone. You're not going to to convert anyone. You're not going to scare anyone. You're not going to get anyone to do anything for you. It's not efficient. You should use the efficient method, and the efficient method is, well, it's what it is, but it's not demonstrating.
Okay, well, whether I agree or not, it's always nice to hear a different opinion. Thank you, Francois.
Thank you very much.
This edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by freedombookclub.com. Gratuitas boobies.